Gangsta ain't never been my thing, but I play gangsta.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? There's Mojoske. Well, get to bread, but my mind damn's cold. I need a walls like a shirt.
Everyone knew they weren't together. It was Jay going that way, Dame going that way. You got niggas that's out the higher ups that are afraid of people like you getting on, and they'll kill you. So I'm just saying that in business and friendship, business always comes first.
For 20 years, Jay-Z refused to speak out against R. Kelly, but his former partner, Dame Dash, won't stay silent.
Aaliyah is key to everything.
Jay-Z fled the scene.
I was just shocked at how long he got away with it.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile. Everybody knew.
Once it came out on R. Kelly,
they made a song together called Not Guilty. Anybody that knows what happened to my girl that with me should not be with homie, period.
Tell me about the relationship with Jay-Z. You and Jay-Z formed Rockefeller Records in the 90s.
Aaliyah and I were very serious. We talked about getting married, so I knew exactly what went on.
She'd just be like, no, that's a bad man.
R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
Like, Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that.
How many people turned and looked the other way? How many people were still, involved with him in any kind of way, knowing all those things?
You've been with Jay-Z since the beginning, right? So,
I mean, yeah, about 10, 15 years.
we all know we're a family here at Rockefeller. Jay's my best friend. That's one of the reasons why we so tight as a family.
I took it more personal than business because I was fighting for my friends and my brothers as opposed to people I didn't know.
This is the man that came into corporate offices, and when they was robbing us, he made sure we got what we were supposed to get.
And we built this from nothing, nothing. So there's nothing that we can't see our way through.
She was one of those people that if she did something first, everyone followed suit, because she was a very forward thinker.
I feel so blessed because everything that I've always wanted is happening to me, and I just feel like I have so many places to go and so many things to enjoy.
But I've never seen anyone that was going to affect the world like she did, despite the fact that she went through a lot of bull. Still very innocent and not jaded.
Our intention at first wasn't even to be in love. We were just really good friends, and we fell for real. It was almost an accident. My friend Natani brought me to this photo shoot in LA, and it was called like the It Girls, and we were talking about things about your soul and the evolution of your soul, and that was where our connection came. We developed a real friendship, but it was always apprehension because other people were trying to get at her.
And then, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. He was sending flowers and he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay.
Exactly. Jay and I were hanging out a lot. He's my homie. We have a lot of fun together, but we never dated like that.
I'm gonna leave it.
So you have a boyfriend in your life?
It's personal life. That's the personal life. I don't really discuss it. It's hard when you're in this business. You become a public figure. You know what I mean? And everything you do belongs to the public, and that's fine. But there's parts that you want to keep for you.
Hip-hop star R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
That was a headline. That was something talked about like it was normal.
We talked about it up to the point where it hurt.
Ben.
We were out on the road with Aaliyah. On a tour bus, there really aren't any confined spaces. So it just so happened we were all laying in our bunks when the door flew open on the bus. Things that an adult should not be doing with a child.
She just wanted it left alone. So that's the thing that people would be like when Jay was doing videos with him. I was be in the video, but I'd be like, yo, what do you want me to do? And she'd be like, don't start nothing, just don't be in no shots with him.
She didn't want to deal with the bullshit. Like the things that had happened in the past, she told me leave it alone. I would have to respect her wish no matter what. And her wish was leave it alone, let me heal, let me rest, I'm in love, let's just enjoy this.
The thing was, she was gone a lot, so the time that we had together, it was like we appreciated it.
They were in heaven. Nothing from the outside really got in their way. And she was so happy. She was so happy.
It was like the first kind of time that she had found this kind of peace and happiness, and the same thing for me. I didn't know what being in love was. I didn't even understand what that feeling is. And I was able to really achieve that with her, so now I know what it feels like. I didn't want her to do the video. She was shooting a video in Miami, and I had my son and my nephews with me, and she was very supportive. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there, I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work.
I told her, like, I didn't want her to go, and that's kind of because that was one of the reasons why she was in such a rush to get back. And even when she got on the plane, she didn't like the plane. So like one of our last texts was, "I don't like the plane," and I literally was like, "Don't get on." I literally was like, "Don't get on it."
And if I'd have been an asshole that day and really stood behind what I believed in, she wouldn't have got on that plane.
Hollywood lost a rising star with the death of 22-year-old R&B star Aaliyah.
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. She was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other.
Mother called, and she said she had Fatima had called and said that there was a plane crash and Lee was in it, and once I heard it, I knew it was true.
My cousins and I all heard it, and there was like 10 of us were just all crying down the line. And then I saw my dad, he was just devastated. I actually never saw him that low. I feel like emotionally he had hit rock bottom. It was probably like one of the worst days we ever had.
Because I know what real pain feels like, and I've dealt with it. Can't be nothing worse than that.
We actually have video at her funeral where you're very emotional. Remember that day?
I don't revisit it often because it hurts. But a lot was going on in that moment. I mean, I still had to get myself together and fight because there were things that were going on.
The idea of having a whole album with myself and R. Kelly was just an amazing prospect. Best of Both World tours come to a city near you.
Best of Both Worlds, t-shirts, draws, condoms, everything.
How do you deal with that when someone you respect does that you don't with at all? You gotta remember, once I knew Aaliyah, I knew everything. So yeah, if me and you cool, and you know that I got a girl that your man, and I tell you, and you gonna still work with him, what you gonna feel? So what you think I felt?
Kelly is accused of videotaping himself having sex with an underage girl. Prosecutors maintain the girl in the video was as young as 13 when it was made.
I mean, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I know I ain't have nothing to do with that.
That's crazy. Your partner. It's not. Yo, he's not my partner. Look how my partner played me. You calling him my partner? Publicly, that man did a record with that my girl and then went on a tour with him. But I had to look the other way. And because my girl said leave it alone, I left it alone.
You left it alone.
I seen all of y'all yesterday. Why nobody told me about a marketing plan about Jay-Z? How do y'all call a meeting about Jay-Z without Rockefeller? They didn't even nobody from Rockefeller in here. What the you mean you're gonna reschedule? Man. What you mean you're gonna reschedule? You get the out. You're not a leader. You don't know about my culture. You don't know about Jay.
It's not a beef, it's just growing. And sometimes growing means growing apart. It's part of life, it's part of growing up.
Do you know what's crazy about that meeting? In my heart, I had no idea that Jay set that meeting up, but he set that meeting.
I burned bridges so I don't have to go back.
I think that Dame is bitter now because Jay-Z is a fully megastar brand, married to Beyonce. Aaliyah is gone.
Will you please let Aaliyah rest? Will you let her die?
Everything that scared me is losing people I love, and everyone that I really love, I've lost. So what it's made me be the animal that I am is that I don't want to sit down and think about the things that are hurting me.
When an explosive documentary exposed R. Kelly, Dame came face to face with the pain he'd been holding back.
Allegations made by more than a dozen women in the surviving R. Kelly docuseries, accusing the singer of holding them captive, brainwashing them. Prosecutors say 3 of his alleged victims were minors.
I can't really talk about being abused. It's like, it brings back memories, and it's very painful to have to talk about it again.
I wish that Aaliyah's family would speak, because I think there are so many young black girls who've been hurt.
You know, I watched some of it yesterday as much as I could tolerate. There was a girl, and when she was even trying to talk about it, she couldn't. Yeah. And I remember Aaliyah trying to talk about it, and she couldn't. Everyone keeps looking the other way. Period. Everyone has all these morals and principles, but when it behooves them, they look the other way, and I'm not cool with that. The test of honor isn't convenient. Honor is when it's inconvenient.
And this time, Dame had to face his pain so he could do what was right.
It's time for us to take responsibility for empowering and looking the other way all those years.
Aaliyah's former boyfriend, Didnt is one of the first celebrities to publicly speak out against R. Kelly.
If people would have protected Aaliyah, so many other girls wouldn't have got touched. Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that, because she didn't deserve none of that.
So this energy isn't anger, this is energy for change. I want to change the way we look at rehabilitation from trauma, which is a prison. I want to change the way we heal.
Singer R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years behind bars after his conviction on racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
This is a significant outcome for all victims of R. Kelly, and especially for the survivors.
I fight for what I love.
I saw all the things I was missing, so, you know, what do you think I'd rather do? Be on a yacht pouring champagne or a girl, or taking my daughter to get a cupcake? It's nothing better than taking your daughter to get a cupcake. You know, there's nothing better than watching your baby smile.
There hasn't been one day since she's passed, not one. In the 20 years that I haven't either heard her name, heard a record, or seen a picture of her, every single day she's present in my life, and I feel lucky for that. She was the coolest. She still is. She was magic. I never thought I'd see that magic again.